Okay, Jeff, here's your before and after from today's session, right? So what we said was losing our connection in the takeaway, right? The hands are moving out away from your body as the club head moves inward, right? So the club head is doing a lot of work. The hands are kind of doing very little as far as moving inward, right? The way you've got to think about it is from the setup, I want your hands and the club head moving round on concentric circles, right? It's a good way of thinking about it. Now, there's his belt buckle, right? I want your hands moving inward so that you dissect your belt buckle. So at P2 there, the left arm is pinching against the torso, right? Your left arm is nowhere near your torso, right? So straight away, the club head's kind of doing a lot more work than the handle, than your hands. And then you get it inevitably quite flat halfway back, as opposed to on plane, right? We know there's a lack of wrist cock at that position. And then you try and make up for it as you get up to the top. So you've gone from very kind of low and inside with the club head to very flat to then very upright and trying to correct it and getting it across the line, right? So the key thing is what we're working on is from P1 to P2 to P3, right? Just P2 to P3 there. And the lesson really is moving your hands more inward, right? Moving your hands more inward to begin with. So when we get you up here, and then we look at where your hands are going. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's better. So if we put a little dot where your belt buckle is, that's better. I mean, you went right through your belt buckle there, look. Look where your left arm is compared to where you were, right? So then you just carry on, make sure you complete your wrist cock and you get it on plane. But there isn't like what the club head doing loads of work, the hands doing little, and then kind of getting it flat with lack of wrist cock and then trying to correct it at the top. Yeah. It's just you're just moving into that halfway back position in one fluid motion by moving your hands inward, right? By moving your hands inward. And then just a little bit more to the top, right? So that's so much better. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making sure your head doesn't move to the right by putting the noodle there, right? Your head's got to stay over this yellow stick in the middle of your stance. And then what I'm saying, right, well, right there, your arm is a little low, right? And your shoulders maybe a little, just a fraction flat. So what I'm doing is I'm getting you the feeling of getting your shoulder a little bit low, just a little bit, and then you see how that kind of gets the hands a little higher. Yeah. And that's kind of more where we want to be at the top, right there. Yeah. But maybe we'll do some more of that next time, right? Mm-hmm. Just getting that feeling of the shoulder moving down, because that happens right from the takeaway, right? That happens right from the takeaway, right? But you look at that top of the swing position. To that top of the swing position, completely different. Yeah. Right, the right elbow is much better, the right arm's in a much better position, hands are in a much better position, shaft's in a much better position, right? And the point is you've just gone up to get there. Yeah. It's not like club heads inward, hands haven't gone inward, and then we're flat with no wrist cock, with little wrist cock, and then trying to correct it when we get up to the top.
And a lot of it was getting the right knee out of the way, right?
Yeah, and the right knee straightening up a little bit in the takeaway to give you to feel as though you're giving some room, getting that right pocket moving behind you, to feel as though you're giving yourself some room to move your hands inward, right?
Yeah.
That's another way of thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're going to go and play this afternoon, it's just keep your head centered, right? Be aware of your head moving to the right and to the left, and the hands moving inward.
Hands
That's
in.
it. Yeah.
Hands in.
That's it.
Connect the dot.
Yeah, and keep the right hand pushing on your left thumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and what we'll do more of next time when you're in a better position up the top, right, is once you're in a better position up the top with that arm structure, then what we're going to work on is coming down and getting that right elbow underneath the left one, right?
Yeah.
That combined with keeping that right palm pushing on the left thumb, so you can see there, we zoom in there, you can see that right palm has come away from your left thumb.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to get a lot of flicking. You know, maybe the club face might turn over a little bit.
So if your timing's off, you're screwed,
yeah. I mean, that's a pressure point. Yeah. Right there, palm of your right hand against your left thumb. Yeah. That's a pressure point. Yeah.
Okay.